Hello everyone, hopefully you're having a great day today. Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video. And in this one, the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War, the Conflict Broadcast Celebration campaign will be starting here in less than 24 hours. And so yeah, we're going to go over the details of the new banner and the featured characters a bit more in detail and talk about some other stuff. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, you've been here for a while, subscribe and help me get to 450 subscribers. I'm almost there. Now, with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So, first things first, with this campaign, we are getting a new 1000 Year Blood War banner that is going to be available in less than 24 hours. It is a 51 step up ticket, and at steps 25 and 50, you do get a choose a new character summons ticket. So if you want at least one guaranteed new unit, you will, gonna have to go in pretty deep here. Let me see. The anime special choose a 5-star character summons ticket. Refinement allows you to choose one of the 1000 Year Blood War characters that appeared up to May 31st, 2024, including the new introduced characters. Let's take a look at that. And so yeah, we can go a bit more in depth about the characters here. The Byakuya, he's a heart human killer plus. He does have a EX move which unleashes an attack with range of the character and applies a 5 barriers to allies, which is pretty good. Yeah, Soul Trade Strong at recharge time minus 14%. Yeah, at full stamina only, he does get a increased strong attack damage of 40%. He does have Berserker, Bombardment, Weakened Defense. So the Weakened Defense and Bombardment, his Soul Bomb will be hitting pretty hard. And he does have the Spiritual Pressure boost of 80%, which is pretty good. Frenzy plus 2, Berserker 60%. He does have an increased status chance against human enemies. And he does have the complete status immunity as well, which is pretty great. So overall, the Byakuya does seem pretty good, but the 9th anniversary Soifon kind of has some similar skills here. I mean, she's also a human killer plus unit. She's also, well, she doesn't have a complete status immunity. She's immune to paralysis. She does have the spiritual pressure boost, and she does have the EX move as well. Up next, we have the Rukia here. She's a guild quest unit. She has the squad 0 killer plus skill, and she is a mind unit. Let's see here. Plus, that will only reduce strong attack cooldown plus 6%. And as you can see here, she has a Berserker 50% increased status element chance against Soul Reapers, Enhancer, Booster, Marauder, share complete status immunity, which is great. She does have the Spiritual Pressure boost 80%, and she has some increased Killer, Frenzy, and damage effects here. As you can see, it's going to be 50 in Guild Quest. She has Frenzy plus 3 in Guild Quest and 30% melee damage in Guild Quest. Outside of Guild Quest, the melee damage will be 10%, kill effect will be 30%, and she'll only have Frenzy plus 2. So yeah, she's just a typical Guild Quest unit. And Renji here is a Brave Battle unit, power unit with the Human Killer plus skill, 2 soul traits, normal attack damage plus 20%, damage taken minus 16%, innate skills, let's see, Long Reach, Marauder, Flurry plus 2, for the first 10 seconds of Brave Battle, he gets Flurry plus 1, so he'll actually have Flurry plus 3. He does have Persistence, Poise, Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility. He does have Brave Battle Invincibility himself. Pierce Barrier, Prevent Healing, Prevent Last Ditch. Have Stamina only, decrease damage taken minus 50%, and increase normal attack damage plus 50%. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Blocks Power and Technique, Attribute Boost, and Debuffs. So he does have that. And yeah. Here are the 3 new characters themselves, and here we have the other, some other 1000 Year Blood War characters here. The first few, they're still pretty good. He's a pretty good farming unit. She's still pretty great. He's definitely still good in Brave Battle as long as you have some dupes. This Uryu is still a great farming unit. He has the Pierce Iron Skin skill, so you really don't have to worry about him and IT. He also has the increased droplet drops as well, so he's good in epic raids. He can be pretty good if you build him, just pretty tanky with a lot of dupes. And some other 1000 Year Blood War units here. And yeah, like I mentioned, 51 steps. At steps 50 and 25, you do get to choose a new character's ticket. And at 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, you are guaranteed one 5-star character. And yeah, that's it for the banner. We can go into the characters here a bit more in detail very quickly. Alright, so the first few units we have last year's 1,000-Year Blood War units for part 2. Chojuro here, he's a soul trait is the speed drop will drop plus 30%. Technique unit, Quincy Killer, melee unit paralysis on his attacks. Guard break plus hit enemies, sprinter plus 2, havoc, devastation is 60%, which is pretty high. Increased speed, link slot potions, and increased droplet drops 10. And yeah, he's just pretty much a unit you would want to use to like farm epic raids. Frenzy plus 2, increased status summon chance against speed attribute characters. And team slash party increased technique attribute character special move damage and status element affected enemies 40%. And damage to paralyzed enemies 40%. Yeah, just a pretty good epic raid units. If you need those droplets, you can use this unit. And he also, yeah, does have the increased pot skill as well. So not a bad epic raid unit. So here we have the Yachiru here, speed, Soul Reaper, Captain, Killer. Unit 2 killers is pretty good, although Captain, you only really see that in like Psychomon and Gale Quest. 2 Soul Trait, Strong Tag, Recharge Time minus 12%, Strong Tag, Damage plus 20%. I recently did a 1 year later showcase video for her, so if you want to see how well she does 1 year later, be sure to check it out. Melee unit, weakening on all of her attacks. She has the status element trap on her SA3, and she does have a chance to insta-kill with her soul bomb. She helps recover the team's stamina between stages 20%. At full stamina, she reduces her strong attacks cooldowns by 6%. Berserker and Devastation are pretty low here. Berserker 20, Devastation 40. She does have a base full stamina damage boost of 20%, so with the right links, you can go over 100%. She's immune to all status elements. She has the Rampage skill, basically increases your damage depending on the amount of enemies you defeat, all the way up to 100%. Havoc 20%, Frenzy plus 2, Defibrillator 5 seconds, Long Stride, Poise, Marauder, and the status element spiritual pressure boost 80%. But yeah, she's still a very, very strong unit, even though she is now 1 year old. Ginyu Rasai, he's another Brave Battle unit, no affiliation, Captain Killer, Heart unit, Soul Trait, damage taken minus 20%. Melee unit with Lacerate and Burn on all of his attacks except his SA2. His SA2 is a debuff. He does have Paralysis Resistance, Sprinter plus 1. He also does have Marauder. Let's see here, half stamina only. Decreased damage taken 50%. The first 10 seconds of Brave Battle, he does have Flurry plus 1. So he will technically have Flurry plus 3. Let's see, some other things to note here. When an ally or enemy is KO'd, he gets 20% normal attack damage, which is pretty good. Let's see, he also does guaranteed status element affliction against heart attribute no affiliation enemies. Basically, this is just to counter the Yamamoto, that excuse me, not Yamamoto, the Yuhabaha, the heart Yuhabaha that has been running around for a couple years now. Voids and Pierce Barrier. Oh yeah, definitely a very strong Brave Battle unit. If you have him and you have some dupes in him, he's very, very good still. Alright, so the 1,000-Year Blood War 2022 version of Uryu here. Technique unit, Soul Reaper, Captain Killer, 2 killers is great. Soul Trait, Strong Attack, Recharge Time minus 12%. Range unit, no status elements, but he is a farming unit and he does help recover stamina in between stages 20%, Havoc 20%. Berserkers is at 60%. He does have a base full stamina damage boost of 20%. Increased super pot and regular pots plus 5, and he also does have the increased droplet skill. Frenzy is only at plus 1. He's a pretty old unit. Bombardment plus 1. Increased technique attribute character strong attack damage 20%. Guard break plus the Pierce Iron Skin skill. So yeah, this is just basically a really great farming unit. Any unit with the Pierce Iron Skin skill will definitely be great and have great longevity in IT. Units like that will never get old. He does support as well with the increased strong attack damage, and he does heal and the increased resources as well. The only bad thing is about this unit, he doesn't have the increased damage to enemies not affected by an element 100% skill, so his damage will be a tad bit lower without that. But other than that, still a great unit. And now here we have the Yuhabaha from the 7th anniversary heart unit, Captain Killer. Soul Trait, damage taken minus 16%. Melee unit, paralysis and drain on all of his attacks except his SA2. He has a boost on there. Weaken resistance, 100%. Berserker, 50%. Decreased damage taken, 16%. Half stamina only, decreased damage taken, 50%. Increase normal attack damage when an ally or enemy is KO'd 20%. Prevent last ditch. Ignore brave battle invincibility. Flurry +2, defibrillator +5 seconds. Enhancer, guard break, and booster. Yeah, he's a couple years old now, but if you have him with, max Transcendent with some pretty good equips on the right team, he can still do something. Though there is the Genyura side that pretty much counters him pretty hard. So you do have to watch out for him if you are using this unit in brave battles. So here we have Dad Ichigo, or end of series Ichigo. He's a mind unit with the Soul Reaper, Captain Killer. Soul Trade, strong attack, recharge time -12%. Melee unit, no status elements, has a chance to insta kill on his Soul Bomb, and his SA2 is a boost. He reads Soul Reaper dodges. He is also immune to the Weaken and Paralysis status elements. Bruiser 40%, Berserker 60%, damage decrease taken 16%. Let's see, Havoc 20%, Frenzy +1, Bombardier +1, Enhancer, Sprinter +2, and Marauder. Yeah, this is a really old unit. He's pre-7th anniversary, so he came out before even I started playing. So yeah, he's a really old unit now. Alright, so the last 3 units are very old and they have their resurrection, so we're going to be looking at those versions instead of the unresurrected versions. But here we have the Speed Bombietta. She already has a newer unit anyway. So yeah, she's a Soul Reaper killer. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time -12%, strong attack damage inflicted at full stem 20%. Pretty good for a linking. Range unit, burn on all of her attacks, damage from burning enemies 30%. She recovers stamina between stages. Bruiser 20%, Berserker 30%, Devastation 40%. Full stamina only increase strong attack damage 50%. Havoc 20%, Frenzy +1, Defibrillator 2 seconds. Increased status element chance against power attribute Soul Reapers and Spritzer +1. Yeah, this is a really old unit. She already has a newer version that came out a while ago, but her soul traits are not too bad. You would definitely want to link her up with another speed unit. Here we have Askin here, Technique Squad 0 killer unit, soul traits, damage taken -16%, normal attack damage +16%. Melee unit, poison on all of his attacks except his SA2. It's a debuff, and he has a chance to insta-kill with his Soul Bomb. He is immune to the poison status element, and he does deal increased damage to poison enemies 30%. Bruiser 46%, Berserker 40%, damage decrease taken -16%. He also is immune to paralysis, Flurry +1, Defibrillator +2 seconds. Team / party, increased technique attribute, Quincy damage to status element affected enemies 20%, Sprinter +1, Poise, Star Barrier +10. So yeah, this is pretty much I'd say a brave battle unit that you can use if you have him max Transcendent. Yeah, so there's that. And last but not least, we have Owetsu. He recently just got a new unit not too long ago, but this is an older one with the Resurrection. He's a technique unit with the Soul Reaper killer. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time -12%, damage taken -12%. Melee unit, no status elements, boost on his SA2, chance to insta-kill with his Soul Bomb. He's immune to the weakened status element. Bruiser 80%, Berserker 50%, Devastation 40%, decreased damage taken -12%. Yeah, recharge strong attack -12%. He's immune to paralysis, flurry, enhancer, sprinter +1, poise, and guard break. Yeah, he recently got a new version of the unit, and this one right here is just a pretty older one, so he's basically, if you pull him and you don't have him, that's 200 orbs for you. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the 3 new units and the other featured 5-star units. As for, is this banner worth summoning on? I don't know, that is entirely up to you. I mean, 1000-Year Blood War characters have pretty much lost their I guess their rarity, if I'm saying that properly. They just been releasing them back to back. So 1000-Year Blood War banners aren't rare anymore, and it makes sense since the anime has been airing. These 3 units are good. She's a good Guild Quest unit. He'll be a great Brave Battle unit. So overall, yeah, I do think the other featured units could have definitely been better. The first 3 are fine. I don't mind Uryu being here either. He's still a great farming unit, but the other ones definitely could have been better. If you're just looking for like individual units, like you really don't want to summon on this banner, they are going to have their own single summon banners up. I think the Byakuya's was first, then Rukia's, then Renji's. I'm not sure if that order, but they are going to have their own banners after this banner goes away. So yeah, if you're looking for an individual character, you can just summon on them. And yeah, since Rukia still hasn't gotten her anniversary unit, I think she is worthy of an anniversary unit. So I can see why you would definitely want to summon on this banner. But other than that, if any of these units are your favorite characters from the Bleach series, by all means, go ahead and summon. They're your orbs. You do whatever you want with them. And if, something on this banner makes you happy, then go ahead and summon on it. Do what makes you happy. Me personally, I am going to skip. I'm pretty much kind of waiting for the end of year banner. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. As usual, until next time.